Just a quick little video to demonstrate. We have our custom PlayStation 4 controller, Bluetooth dongle, and of course our beautiful Apple II. So we boot up and we're going to load Total Replay. And we see that the Bluetooth dongle's lit up. We turn on the PlayStation controller, and as soon as it turns orange or yellow, we know that it is connected. So I'm going to put it right there so you can see the orange glow. So what we do is we hit Control P, which gets us into the test program. Now this is going to be hard to do because I'm holding the phone, but so if we do the left analog, we see that it's working perfect, and we can hit all four corners. And it's very, very precise and beautiful. Now the right one is true analog, which means it does a circle. Okay, so it's not reaching the corners, but it's got even more precision than the other one. So we can see here, the precision's really good. This one's really, the left one is very precise as well, but the left one will reach the corners. So we have one that we're basically stretching the values. So we can stretch the values on the left one, or we can get the pure analog with no stretched values on the right one. The digital controller, let me switch hands. Digital works like you would. It just jumps to the values. So we do left, up, right, down. And if we do the corners, of course the corners work, but everything works great. Okay, now if we hit the buttons, so we have basically here button 0, button 1, button 0, button 1. So we can play like this, or we can play like this. The triggers will also do button 1, as well as, hard to do with one hand, button 0. Now what we've done here is we've implemented these option buttons. So if we press this option button, it turns red, and now that gives us a rumble. So hard to let it so you can feel it, but if you hit this, let me see if I can make it make a noise. Okay, well, it's rumbling. And if I do the button 0, there you go, you can hear it. All right, it's rumbling. So it's really nice when you're playing a game like Lode Runner, because Lode Runner, while he's digging, you get a rumble feeling on each of the buttons. It's very cool. Okay, the other thing we've implemented is we can switch the buttons. So right now at the square, it's doing button 0. If we push the left options button, which turns the LED blue, now the X is doing button 1. And we can switch them back and forth. Button 0, button 1. And so this actually reverses all the buttons. So all the buttons become the opposite of what they were prior. And if you have both of them, so if you have the buttons reversed, as well as the rumble turned on, we now get blue and red, which makes purple. So now the buttons are reversed, and we also have, let's see if I can make that noise. We also have the rumble going. So now that gives you both. Now, a very cool experience, because the Xbox controller has this, is we have the touchpad on the top. Well, we were able to implement the touchpad into the controls. So if we tap the touchpad, it turns the touchpad on. The LED turns green, and now we can essentially put the controller, the XY, wherever we want, and it remembers the position. It doesn't return to center, just like a paddle. So if we're playing a paddle type game, it's a lot of fun because you can go back and forth. With the paddle, let go, paddle stays where it is. It doesn't jump back to center, which is the biggest advantage of the paddle. All right. 3 taps of the PlayStation button, 2, 3, turns it off and disconnects, and shuts down the PlayStation controller for the next time. So there's a quick demo for you. I'll clean up this video and make it look nicer, but there you go. Bluetooth game control using a PlayStation 4 controller, custom PlayStation 4 controller that has been beautifully skinned in Total Replay Apple II style. I love it. Thank you.